Has anyone seen my platinum scissors? You know? No? I don't know where they are. Anyway, I did a rant video yesterday talking about, how I forgot the title, just something about how dumb the Uber drivers have gotten, and this has been a pattern. I think ever since, and let's give some credit here. I don't think this is a coincidence, but I think ever since Uber started getting really bad as a company in terms of how they treat their drivers, the rates have been going down and down and down. I know back in the day they used to make good money, and then that's a pipe dream for most drivers today. They've been in trouble for false advertising and you name it. I mean, a lot of drivers, the short story is they take advantage of a lot of drivers who are not really, let's just say, not very good at math. A lot of people who may fall into the category of disadvantaged, perhaps, and all they do is they look at the amount of money they can make. They look at the advertisements, how much money they claim you can make, and they look at, oh, this per hour. If I only work this amount of hours per day, I can make this amount of money. They don't do the full math, the full cost of running an Uber business. So what is the fuel costs, you know what I mean? The maintenance costs, the wear and tear in the vehicle. And then make a projection long term. If I'm bringing in this amount of money and I'm spending this amount of money, where does that place me in terms of net versus gross, right? It's your vehicle. You're responsible for the vehicle. So a lot of the stuff, anything wrong with it, it's coming out of your pocket. You drive in bad weather, you've got to go clean it. You can't be picking people up in a filthy vehicle. Although that's one of the problems I've run into as well, is a filthy vehicle. Not necessarily that it was messy on the outside, but I had one drive where I had opened a window. It just smelled so bad in there. And if I wasn't running late, I would have gotten out and gotten another vehicle. And if you guys know me, I'm not sort of snobby type, oh, this is beneath me, but it was that bad. When I say it's that bad that opening the window's not enough, and I'm thinking about that I'm going to get out and get another vehicle, that's not the stuck-up snob type of thing. That's this is torture type of thing. But I manned up and I dealt with the best that I could, because I just didn't have the time to go and be dropped off, some random place to get another vehicle. But that was bad. And the response that I got back from Uber was, I think out of my $20-something fare, they gave me back like $5. So for being tortured in a vehicle for, I don't know, 20 minutes or more, that's worth $5. Right. So I've been a customer for a long time with these guys. I spent a lot of money with them, and I think that was unacceptable. Anyway, so I think the service has gone down since Uber has really been screwing their drivers. And yesterday, man. So yesterday I did a sort of rant video in the heat of things as it was happening. I did this, and basically what was happening is, you guys don't even know the end result, right? So at the end of the night, I'd called a total of 4 drivers to pick me up from the same place. It was, call a driver, they couldn't find me, they would cancel, call another driver, couldn't find me, cancel. It was ridiculous. And I don't think out of all the drivers, except for the last one, out of all the drivers who, the last one I flipped it up a little bit. All the drivers, actually, none of them even got to the side of the mall that I was on. Now, keep in mind, they have a GPS, which shows the location of the pickup. They also have a new feature that no one knows about that shows you where the passenger is. No one knows about it. I don't know why. Uber average. Awesome that you added the feature. Not awesome that you don't tell your drivers. Right? And it's a common thing that I'm seeing. So it's not just one guy is clueless. Clearly, there's a problem with communication with your drivers. They don't know about this feature, and this feature could help a lot of hassle, and it could help your brand, because when your customers are frustrated, it's not good for your brand. People say Uber sucks. They never can find me. Blah blah blah. You don't want that. You want it to be as smooth as possible, right? Especially at this point in the beginning, simply being able to get a car with your phone on a whim, that was super convenient, but we're over it now. This technology or this service model has been on for a while now, so you got to step it up. So now that we're used to that, now we can focus on some of the more nuanced issues, like, for example, this whole thing of the driver gets there and like, oh, where are you? Are you there? Even with the GPS, we still have this issue. So advertise your features. Anyway, the phone, the app shows them where I am. It's not perfect. Like, for example, I would see, and the thing is, because some drivers would say, oh, it's not accurate, and make all these excuses. The thing is, the data's coming from my phone, right? So what I see is what you see. I know what you're seeing. I know whether it's accurate or not, right? Because it's coming from my phone. My phone is the one that's telling you where I'm at. Right? It's not like your phone is doing it. So I don't know what your phone is doing. Maybe your GPS signal is bad. What? No, my phone is telling you where I'm at, right? So what I see is what you see, right? Now, when you are trying to get directions to me, that's different. It's your GPS, your navigation. So it could be telling you different things. I don't know. But when it comes to where I'm at, my phone is the one that's telling you that information. So I can see it. So I can see that it's not perfect, but I can tell you 98% of the time, if the driver would respond to what the locator is saying at all, they would avoid the problems, like 98% of the time. For example, yesterday, it wasn't accurate to the point where it was showing exactly where I'm at. What was happening is, so I was close to an entrance, and it would show me maybe 100, 150 feet inside the building, right? 150 feet inside the building or away from the entrance, right? But here's the thing. It's showing me 150 feet away from the back entrance where I'm at, right? But every driver would only go to the front of the mall. So you see what I'm saying? So if I'm a driver and I trust this system, and like I said, 90% of the time that I've seen, it would have solved the issue. If I'm a driver and I trust the system, I come to the front of the mall and I'm confused. I look on the map. I see this blue dot close to the rear entrance, and I know that usually the dot's in the vicinity. Then I'm going to go to the back of the mall without even calling the passenger. The dot is telling me in the back of the mall, right? Maybe he's outside, maybe he's inside, but somewhere in that area is where I need to be. I am far out of the zone. This is a huge mall. I'm in the front. The dot's showing me in the back somewhere. Go in the back somewhere and be like, where are you? Don't be in the front somewhere and be like, where are you? When there's a blue dot showing that the person is very likely in the back, right? So that part I didn't understand. And then the guy calls me and I tell him, you're on the wrong side. I can see you. I can see you. You're in front of the mall. I'm in the back. And then he would go across the front to the edge, and then he would turn around and go back across the front to the other edge. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? I'm in the back. Is it so hard to drive around the mall? Is it so hard? Now I can understand. I know the situations where some buildings are tricky and they have like multiple levels and things like that. That would not be the case in this scenario, because in that situation, what you do is you go to the back of the mall, but you're on the wrong level, and then you don't see them. But they never went to the back. Go to the back. I'm in the back. I don't understand. I just don't understand why it's so complicated to drive around the mall and go to the back. I mean, think about this. Again, they may not find you. I can see this still be confusion, but if you tell someone you're in the back of a building, how on earth is it that them searching for you never involves them going to the back? They never even really go to the side, which is halfway going to the back. One guy made it like a little bit to the side, but then he turned around. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, as if that wasn't bad enough. The end, when the final guy got there, so the final guy shows up, right? I see him. He doesn't stop at the entrance, right? The weather is snowing. It's bad. Yeah, I'm still out here on the East Coast, which I will be here most of the year. But anyway, so he doesn't come to the entrance. Like, that's a logical thing. It's bad weather. He passed the entrance and he goes like 40 feet away from the entrance. So I would have to walk out. Like, why wouldn't you logically think? You're picking up someone at the mall. Why would you not logically think to stop at the door? Right? I don't get it. Anyway, so he stops there. So I said, all right, that's got to be him. I get out, I walk out, I see the car, and I walk up to the car. And as I'm walking up to the car is like moving. I'm like, what is he doing? So I walk up again, and he's moving again, and I tap in the car. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. What are you doing, dude? And again, this is another thing that I've noticed. These drivers are just oblivious. Like, they pull up, they're selling the concept of this driverless Ubers. They're pushing it. The drivers themselves are pushing it. They're pushing themselves out of jobs, because you as a human, you're not even doing the extra stuff that a human does. You're acting like a program. Right? So it's like the program, it's like if you're gonna act as a program and then you're adding you're detracting from the model, then why do we need the drivers? Why don't we just go with the automated system? Right? And I'm saying this is the message that the drivers are giving, because a driver, what the human factor is, I don't just follow the GPS, get to the location. I think, right? I get to the location, I'm looking around, I'm alert. And a lot of drivers don't do that. They simply follow the GPS. Following GPS, I have arrived at location. And then they just sit there in the car. I mean, literally, I'm right next to the passenger door. You're so oblivious that you don't even notice the passenger pulling up to your door. I had another guy, I was a block away in front of the car. I'm in the street waving. I'm like, dude, hey, hey. He doesn't see me. Because he just pulled up to the address and he just sits there like, oh, I have arrived. Waiting for passenger. Like, what is the human factor? What added value are you adding when you can't even turn your head and look around for the passenger, right? And in fact, that's stuff that we can program into the code. We can make an automated system. We can program the alert thing where you look around for a passenger, and we can program patterns of what, of behavior in terms of what do passengers do. Like, you see someone that will turn, excitedly and start moving rapidly towards the vehicle. That's a high probability that that's your passenger. You see them looking down at the plate. We can program these behaviors, so we can actually make the automated system actually better than the drivers. And again, these drivers are really pushing themselves out of a job by doing this kind of stuff. So anyway, that's not bad enough. So I get in the car. Guy's nice enough, talking about the car and different things. And then, oh my goodness. So, the weather is really crazy out here right now. It's like snowy, slushy. Last night was really bad. Just came from Black Panther. I loved it. It was really good. I loved it. It was a nice movie. Awesome. And, randomly, he all of a sudden decides to put the pedal to the metal for no apparent reason. Now, first of all, this is a four-wheel drive vehicle. We already started sliding earlier. Just random. He stopped, and then when he started going, the vehicle was sliding, and it started doing like this, right? This is a four-wheel vehicle, heavy SUV, right? And did not have enough traction to simply pull from a stop on, if it was a slope, it was a slight slope, wasn't steep at all. So, with that in mind, he decides randomly to start speeding up. All of a sudden, he starts going really fast. I'm like, what is this guy doing? What is he doing? Like, this is insane. There's not many cars around. It's a big SUV, so I'm just like, all right, I don't know what's going on, but it's not too crazy. Now, if he's doing this like on a highway or someplace more dangerous, then I'd be like, okay, dude. But I was like, all right, let's see what this guy's doing. Then all of a sudden, I see him coming up, and I'm like, what is he doing? Like, his position is like, he's gonna hit the median. Like, what are you? Did I say medium? Median. Anyway, I'm like, this guy's gonna hit the median. Like, what is he doing? Why is he way out there? And he's going. It's not even like he miscalculated and was moving too fast. He was on a trajectory to hit the median. And he kept going. And then I was like, maybe there's no median there because you can't see because of the snow, right? And then all of a sudden, boop, boop. Boop, boop. No reaction from the driver whatsoever. There's no like, oh, or sorry about that, guy. Nothing. He just kept on trucking like nothing happened. He didn't even slow down after that. He kept on going a little bit like a maniac. Yeah. So that's that's the state of affairs of Uber. Yeah. It's just going downhill. Down, 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 down. Wow. And then what's the other thing? Uber is going downhill. So go ahead and search in your search bar right now for a video called Uber is a Scam. And look at the one with the highest views. Thank me later. Look up Uber is a Scam, highest views. It should be multiple million view video. Take a look at that video. Come back and let me know your thoughts. Anyway, Carlisle's Picks is back in action, sort of. We're cranking it up. Don't want to go too fast, but I have a lot of things going on, and I have a lot of catching up to do with you guys. I'm gonna try to tell you as much as I can about what's been going on. You know, things like buying a bank. We bought a bank! And you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Yeah, so that happened, and multiple new lines of business. One of them being crypto. I know everyone talks about Bitcoin all the time. I see even my good friend, Mr. Hustler, every day hustling, Mr. Ty Lopez. Everybody wants to get in on this Bitcoin craze. But I'm actually legit in the business. Legit to the point of like a lot of the people you see online are just talking mumbo jumbo and they're trying to take advantage of this opportunity to where a lot of people are excited and they're basically trying to, you know, what's the word? Fleece people of their money. Trying to take advantage. There's a lot of hype going on. So like, this is an opportunity for me to go and sell stuff and you know, basically do a hustle, right? Take advantage of people. But I'm actually on the inside, right? I'm dealing with actual exchanges directly. I'm dealing with things that are not even known to the public yet, that are around the corner that I cannot talk about, cannot discuss with you. So as opposed to, you know, these people who are like, yeah, I'm going to teach you strategies and how you can make money in Bitcoin and you got to get in on this. Yeah. Always the opportunist. But notice that I, not only in that business, I've been in that business, but have you seen me making any videos? You know, talking about, hey guys, you got to get in on this. No. Not necessary. Not of any interest to me to do that. Not looking for investors. We got plenty of money. There's plenty of money on the table. We have everything we need. It's just a matter of doing the work. You know, doing the work, building the relationships, and growing. And I actually called an old business colleague of mine, and he asked me, you know, what I've been up to, and I mentioned about this stuff, and he thought I was trying to sell him. You might be watching. Hey, man, I was totally not trying to sell anything. I was calling about another matter, but yeah, we are not looking for anything right now. We have got the relationships in place, plenty of money. Revenues are way up. The growth has just been exponential. So, you know, there's no need for me to be out here trying to promote or do anything like that. But the only reason I'm gonna say anything about this is because, you know, in transparency, I know it's been a while. You guys have stuck with me for a long time, and for me to just all of a sudden just stop making videos and things like that, I feel I at least owe you guys a little bit of you know, transparency into what's going on in my life. It's exciting. I'm really excited. This is definitely one of the peaks of my life. I've had some in the past for sure, and this is the new one that I'm going through. Rico Suave, Chris Carter. I haven't forgotten about you. But yeah, so I'll try to share it with you guys. I might do them as private videos because even though I'm not gonna reveal anything confidential, I still got to be very sensitive. You know, it's very sensitive. You know, this is a pretty big deal. So I gotta be very careful about what I say. Anyway, on that note, I am going to end this video. You're watching Carlisle's Picks 2018. Yeah.